Hey guys, it's me, Mandy. How are you? It's April 8th. I promised you a big surprise, big changes, and I want to tell you all about it. But first, it's my birthday. 43 today. I want to tell you what happened last night because it was like the coolest thing ever. I was at a conference all weekend. My husband was home with the three littles that are still living at home, and we had a birthday dinner. I came home, they had it all ready, they made a cake, it was very exciting, and my ever so sweet husband took all three kids and told them they had to tell me something that they really appreciated about mom during dinner. So we go through, and the 14-year-old boy is very 14-year-old boy, and the 6-year-old girl is very 6-year-old girl. And then our almost 12-year-old daughter, Sophie, who we share with her mom. She's my husband's daughter from his first marriage, and she's with us half of the time. She is one of our peeps. Sophie said, I really appreciate that you've shown me that I can really do anything I want to do, and if it doesn't work out, I can keep trying something different. And I promise I didn't swear. I didn't swear either, but I promise I didn't cry, but I'm a big crier, and I was like, oh my gosh, is she really seeing that? It was amazing. So it was a perfect warm-up to share with you what I'm doing. I know I promised you guys big changes. 3 years ago, I started this page as Just McGee Boutique. And this was part of something that I was doing in terms of revenue and making money and selling these clothes. But really, Just McGee started 10 years ago in 2009. And 10 years ago in 2009, anybody could have a blog. We all did it on something called Blogger or Blogspot. And I started a blog and I really wanted to write. But back then, we didn't really use our names because it was like, ooh, what if there are creepers on the internet? Now we just publicly deal with our creepers. But I wanted to write authentically, but I didn't want to own it because I was a little scared of what if I'm not good? What if people don't like it? What if? And so I wrote under the blog name McGee for years on and off. Years. Like I just posted one there a couple months ago, and I would always sign it off McGee. So back to 3 years ago, I started this boutique. I had some help developing the logo. I've got like, you guys will remember, little truck in the background. Just McGee was all over the branding. And it was super awesome and super fun. I really loved it. But I realized that what I loved about what I was doing had a lot to do with the conversation I was having with women like you, like me, where we just wanted to talk and we wanted a little bit more out of life, and we wanted to reach for ourselves, and we wanted to know how to get things done but not be an asshole at the same time. And I decided it was probably time to make a switch. About that time 3 years ago when I started all of this, something broke inside of me. In a 30-day period of time, my dad passed away. We lost our rental home because the homeowners wanted to move back in. We moved to a town where I didn't know anyone. I only knew literally my stepdaughter's mother. And, you know, even in the best of situations, that's a little tenuous. And I got laid off. The job I was doing was no longer a viable option for me. And I started this boutique. And at the same time, over the last 3 years, I really struggled. I struggled with my emotional health. I struggled as a result of that with my own health. I was doing, and I was selling, and it was great and wonderful, and I was doing it under this name, McGee, and I was losing myself, and I was dealing with anxiety and depression, and then a little bit of personal development, and then a little more anxiety. And then, you know, I would get on this sort of roller coaster where my public presence was really important, but I wasn't necessarily being terribly authentic. I was trying to be, but I was having a hard time figuring it out. And over the last probably, I would really say actively over the last year and a half, as I worked with a therapist, cannot speak highly enough of working with therapists, you guys. Worked with a therapist, paid attention to my mental health, really actively focused on what I was putting into my body with food and adult beverages and all of those things all at the same time, I recognized and realized that felt more authentic, that I was starting to feel like myself. And as I felt like myself, I was able to show up better for my kids, for our adult kids, for my husband. I was able to show up as a better friend. And I started a project called the Refine Network, which is awesome. And I'll put a tag to it. You guys can go check it out. It's a women's group like no other. We are like not your mama's women's group. But I still had this bucket of Just McGee. And what do I do with this? And so I decided it was time to own my name. I decided it was time to take my name, part ways with Just McGee. Just McGee will always have like a very special spot in my heart. It's a brand that I developed and I loved, and it was part of me, but I'm ready to own my words. I'm ready to say what I mean and mean what I say. And when I share them, it's okay if you don't like them, because that means they weren't for you. And I want to show up. And so the way I'm going to show up is that you'll notice some changes around this page soon. This page is not going anywhere. This page is actually where you're going to find more of my personality than on my personal profile. My personal profile, I'm going to take that back a little bit too. I'm going to claim that a little bit more for friends and family. I'm going to make sure I'm posting about my family. I'm going to lock it down on privacy controls. This is where I'll be sassy and fun and silly and post goofy things that I find. This is also where I'm going to tell you more about the website I'm launching this week, mandyburnett.com. I'm so excited. I'm so excited to launch mandyburnett.com. It's not up yet. I am fine-tuning the details with the help of a good friend, Hope. I'm making sure everything is ready to go so when I launch it, it has no issues. But there you'll see some of my Just McGee writings. I'm going to bring them over, tinker with them, clean them up a little bit. You'll see new blog posts every week. You'll see opportunities to use me and reach out to me to speak at your events or to your groups that you're in, or pretty much anywhere anyone will let me have a microphone. You'll see opportunities come up for coaching, and what that's going to look like is I offer personal coaching and finding your authentic self and living into your own brand of amazingness. And you're just gonna find more me. So if you go to mandyburnett.com right now, while I'm still tinkering behind the scenes, you can sign up on the mailing list. The newsletter list is not a spammy email list. I don't do spam. But I will tell you every once in a while about my favorite things. I will tell you every once in a while about a new blog post or a new video that I've released. And I will invite you into our community that way. So go get on the list. When I launch, and I'll tell you on this page when I'm going to launch, but it will be this week, because what's a birthday week without a gift to myself? When I launch, I will do a drawing just from that email list for a special gift. And I'll send some happy mail out. If you are on my email list from the Refine Network, totally different. That's a project, and this is me. So we're gonna separate those out a little bit. So I'm really, really excited. At the end of the day, what I really wanted to share and express when I first started writing, my good friend, Jen Hadley, back in the day was her name. She's since changed her name. But Jen said one day, we're sitting at Chili's, and I remember this like crystal clear. She's like, you should just rename your blog, How to Not Be an Asshole. I was like, well, I guess that's kind of the overriding theme. And as I've started to go and write and dig through what I want to keep and pull over and share more of my story, what I really want to do, what I really feel like I have figured out how to do and what I want to share with all of you is how to lean into your extraordinary. Because my blog used to talk about I have this ordinary life and sometimes extraordinary experiences. But the truth is, you have extraordinary, I have extraordinary, we are extraordinary. But especially if you're a mom or you are taking care of other people constantly in your life, we don't see that. So I want to help all of us lean into your own extraordinary and really feel that and dig into that. I used to end all my lives with one of my favorite sayings that my dad would say. He always said, do good, be good. And to me, those are two very different things, very important things. And I will still wear the necklace around my neck, and I will still hold tight to that, and you will still see that every once in a while. But this is the year of reclaiming, right? And this is now Mandy Burnett and mandyburnett.com. And so at the end of all of our videos, I'm going to challenge you to lean into your extraordinary. So stick around, make sure you tell your friends about this page, go to mandyburnett.com and join the newsletter so you know exactly when the website comes out. And thanks for joining me today, you guys. Have a great day. I'm gonna go enjoy my birthday with my babies and get a little sunshine today. So I hope you guys will stick around. Bye-bye.